The scariest thing for men to face in today's world is the wall, aka RBF, also known as resting bitch face. Guys are terrible of women who give no reaction or who are just mean off the jump for Lord knows what reason. So that's what we call the wall. When women are stonewalling you, or when you have a fear or a thought that somebody doesn't want to be approached or talked to, I created a three-step thing that you're going to do to get rid of the wall, and it's going to be very simple. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why people have a wall, when you have a wall, and how to get over it, and how to start bantering like it's normal and natural all over again. So stick to the very end. That's the skills or the knowledge you'll know how to do, and it's left up to you to keep on applying. So the wall, what's behind the wall is everybody's true self, right? So this wall that we all have up, it's actually a mask that we all wear when we're out in public because at some point in our life, we realized that there is a bad guy, and whether intentionally or unintentionally, their mission or what ends up happening is they hurt you because of things they say or things they do. So we all have a wall up that causes like kind of a guise around who we naturally are that causes people to not let in. What's on the other side of that is we end up being lonely. So this wall is for our own good because it makes us feel safe, but it's also to our detriment because we can't connect to others. And it's important for you to know this because you watching this video right now, yes, you have your very own wall that we're going to help remove. But the first step is identifying it. So what's behind this wall is the true self where you can actually get connected to somebody, right? And how do I know if someone has a wall up? Just assume that it is there, and then it's going to start removing themselves. And how do you know what it feels like once you're connecting with somebody? You're going to feel it within your gut, within your body, within a conversation. They're going to say things that they normally don't say, or you normally yourself never heard of, or you never would even guessed when you really get to know them. I started learning things about people that I care about or people that are in my life that I never would have guessed before. And there's things I found out about people or even strangers that they've probably haven't told their like closest friends. Because once you get through the wall, there's smaller walls that are smaller, and kind of even easier to get behind. So step one is technically identifying the wall. But what I'm gonna let you know what this wall is literally just two things. What this wall is made up of, or actually what the actual thing is behind this wall, is safety, which is social safety and physical safety. And you've heard these two words before, but stick with me, I'm gonna teach you something different, and comfort. So these are the two emotions you have to feel to let go of that wall. Safe, that you're not gonna use the information around them, and comfort in the first place to even tell you. So comfort is actually first for them to tell you, and then they have to feel safe that after things like they know, the things are going to stay the same or get even better, right? So keep that in mind. So it's going to be three steps. The first step, which you're going to have to do, like everything else I always say in these trainings, is if you want to convey or give somebody something, you have to have it yourself, right? So I'm gonna give you this scenario, something awkward, right? Or somewhere you don't normally approach somebody. And then even with you, right? I'm gonna make this training about 12 minutes long, so you have time to go over the same thing in your head. But first you have to have these feelings and emotions. So if you try to cold approach a girl and you're like not confident or being yourself, she's not gonna do this. She's gonna not be confident or be herself in the situation because she doesn't know what you're thinking. So the first step, if you have to feel safe and comfortable, I wouldn't even say confident. I'd say comfortable with the situation. And the thing you can have in your mind of that, instead of just being a host, is actually ownership. So one of the scenarios you can find yourself in. I live in New York, so I might end up on a train or a bus or like a sidewalk or whatever. And I literally say to myself, right, this is my actual thinking. So this person's over here on the bus. She's like 2 seats away from me, but there's a seat there. Right. So like I have to go for it and it's gonna be awkward. Like, how am I gonna like do this? Right? Like what am I gonna say? How am I gonna come off? I'm like, well, for me to do this, I have to fully commit to it. So I'm gonna have to feel safe and comfortable now with doing it, then go to this unsafe, uncomfortable environment, then get safe and comfortable again. So the idea is ownership. I literally say to myself, this is my bus. And if anybody wants to get off this bus, they have to look at me first for confirmation. And I'm like almost playful and boasting about it. Like, so it's like nothing could go wrong because I'm in control. And it's almost made up, but at the same sense, it kind of gives you a feeling of control, and control is completely optional, right? So that's literally what I said to myself. So if I'm at a party, this is the party that like everybody gets to meet me at. or this is my party. I even like you can like I guess lie to yourself or whatever, but it just helps to being a host setting because whether you realize it or want it to be true or not, it's your job to meet people. So make it easier for them, right? Or if you see somebody that you're interested in, like go ahead and do something. So the first step, if you're not really there, already there, is safety and comfort. You have to feel safe and comfortable in the environment. If she rejects you, can you handle it? Are you going to say something that's get you rejected? Or are you going to be cool and calm and just get to know her first? Or are you just going to go for the number and then, yeah, I want something? Comfortable. Are you comfortable with talking to strangers on the bus? Are you comfortable with holding the tension? If you're not, it's another video, it's another session. But that's like a little shortcut I use. I literally say, all right, this is my train, and I'm going to talk to them because it's going to be fun and they're going to enjoy what I'm about to do. You have to just do it until you're like convinced of it. But that's the first thing. You have to be safe. You have to feel safe in yourself. You have to be comfortable. Because when she talks to you, these are the things that are like running in her background or her mind to see if she should drop her, if to see if it's even worth it for her to drop her wall. And if you realize there's certain scenarios or places you go, like events where women are all together, or like they were introduced to you by a friend or a social circle meetup, guess why those situations are easy? Because she's already feeling safe because there's other women there, or she feels comfortable not because of you, because there's other women there. So she feels comfortable with them, but not yet you. But there's things that are can happen for you that makes that stage. So the reason why I'm staying on this part and belaboring the point is because I want you to realize anytime there's a wall up, it's because this is not there. All you have to do to get rid of this wall is step two. After you feel safe and comfortable, we're going to go to step two. What step two is just the call out. But how you do the call out is you're going to have a conversation around the topic or the situation. You're going to project, disassociate, and comment on the behavior. Right? Project, disassociate, and comment or compliment on the behavior. So you guys got to know why this is important. It's because three things. One, it shows that you're the leader in the conversation, which you should always be getting used to being the leader. Two, it helps you not run out of things to say. And three, is going to disarm her alarm of you actually flirting with her and give you the permission you need to talk to her. Because you guys don't realize it, but it's kind of weird. You kind of have to like you can't ask permission. Hey, can I talk to you? You kind of have to get it or elicit the permission. And you do that by checking off the comfort and safety boxes for both you and for her. So this is the role play, right? So I'm sitting next to a girl. I'm sitting 2 seats away from the girl on the train, on the bus. She's sitting over there. She's even on the phone or something. And I lean over and I say the only opener I could think of, split second. Hey, I wanted to say something. Look like you have really good energy. I saw you on the phone. I figured I'd just like tell you that. She's like, oh, okay. Yeah. Also, I want to ask you a question. I know we're on a bus and everything. But I was just thinking about this the other day, and it was like I was wondering, like, if I get your opinion on this. I wonder if you could help me, or I was wanting to know what like other people think. Like, I don't know how it is for you, but for me, like growing up, like people used to actually talk on the subway or on the train, and it wasn't weird. It wasn't this thing where like we just like had our phones to get like to ourselves. I'm not describing her. I'm just saying like it's in general. Like people feel like everybody's bad, and I kind of get that because like I realize like there's a lot of dickheads. There's a lot of like bad, terrible people in the world. But like after meeting so much people, I realized like some people are actually nice. They like smile, they like look at you, they give you good eye contact. There's a lot of like good people in the world, and I feel like we gotta find a way for us to like stick together. Like, you know what I'm saying? And if she's gonna be like, yeah, she's gonna completely forget about whatever the fuck she was saying. She's everything that she had before, she's gonna completely forget about it. And then after that, she's gonna comment, she's gonna say blah 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 blah. Speak about that organically for a moment. Like no tricks, no nothing fancy. The wall is gonna start to disalarm. And then you're gonna say, yeah, because there's people that like you can learn, right? Like you can actually see like red alarms. Then you're gonna start describing like the opposite stuff. Like you can actually see when you talk to somebody, like they're shaking, or like you could tell they have no like bad intent. And women have women's intuition, so you'd be able to know if I'm a good guy or not. Like I have nothing to hide. And she's like, yeah, okay, cool, da da. You talk about that for a little bit. Now we could start getting to the actual initiative. Because a lot of times you guys go out there and you're just talking and I don't know what I'm doing and blah, blah, blah. Things happen. An initiative to always should be to get to know you or to push it forward and flirt with you. It's always only those two, to be honest. Like if you're in a relationship, get to know the person. If you're single and you like her, get to know her and flirt with her. Only two initiatives. If I ever ask you and you say one of those two, great job. So now you like get to know her. And like, yeah, like I'm so happy we agree on that. That's crazy. Cause like, like you probably thought I was like somebody crazy. And like I'm actually a real cool guy. And she's like, yeah, so I'm happy to answer that. Actually, I got another thing to say to you. And I'll just keep tagging on this whole entire like this is my personality. Like I just like fun and stuff like that. To have fun and kick shit. But I'd be like, actually, I have another thing I wanted to say to you. And I'll keep going to that for like four more times. And she's like, "Oh, what?" I'm like, "I didn't want to. I didn't really say something to you because you have good energy. Like everybody got good energy. Want to say have a good day. You're actually pretty attractive, and I didn't know what to say to you at first. And something's interesting about you. Something's very interesting about you that like I wanted to figure out." And then she has a boyfriend. I use my anti-boyfriend line. She doesn't have a boyfriend. I'll just keep talking to her. And if she's gonna say something, and then that shows like a little bit of interest, I can go heavy flirty, or I can just do like a little bit of light stuff. But this video is just about disarming the wall. And I was asking you before to pause the video on or to like take time to yourself to think about. You can use this in any situation. I purposely try to pick the worst case scenario where somebody's wall will be up to like get rid of it. And that's how you indirectly call it out. And this works damn near every percent of the time. As long as they can hear you and as long as you're safe, comfortable, and you project, disassociate, and comment on the behavior. So let me break this part down before I end the video and leave you off with a really good tip for everybody that stayed to the end. Project. You're not projecting on her. You're projecting in general of how things tend to be and how you're used to things being. Because how you're used to actually is a better life to live than what people are used to. So you're projecting the scenario of what you're used to, what actually is good reality, and you're just associating, you're saying like, I don't know why people are like that. I don't know why they're like that. That's kind of crazy that people would do that. And then you can associate yourself with how you are, how you're learning to be, and then you just comment on the behavior and then say, hey, like people, they look you in the eye, they have good body language, they smile, they wave, or you can tell, right? You're complimenting her and those things. After that, I would say the last step is this right here where you're like rewarding and then you're saying something that's actually real and say, I guess you do this before or after flirting, whatever. You should do this in general if you want to like practice your social skills. Say, you know what? I'm happy I spoke up to you today because I was right. You have good energy. And then use this we frame. We should change how this whole thing is on the bus. It's gonna be me and you together figuring out how to get everybody else on board. Are you with me? And initiate touch. Boom, or however you want to do it. That's a very tactical scenario that all the guys here can understand from a logical perspective of literally what to do without skipping steps of how to get rid of the wall. And if you have any questions or you want like a scenario of how this works for like, I don't know, somebody you're talking to or a situation that went wrong, I can help mold that in here for you so that it works out better. The anti-boyfriend line, because the boyfriend line is a smokescreen and it's actually like a true thing. It doesn't matter if she actually has a boyfriend or not. It matters if it's true because you can't change her having a boyfriend now. You just don't want to make sure. You just want to make sure she's like not lying about it. So it's two stages: is figure out the truth, and then it's what can I do from there. All right. If she has a boyfriend and they're breaking up, oh maybe hey listen, or if she has a boyfriend and they're solid, stay away, right? But you want the clarity. What you want as a man is clarity on this information so you know what to do next. So the anti-boyfriend line is before you flirt or before you send or say anything of interest, you have to say something of the lines of, is there anybody here, say here, is there anybody here right now that would be upset if I gave you a compliment or it would be upset if they saw me talking to you? It prepares her for the compliment. It slows down her wall because you're being conscientious and you're still pushing forward. That's what I would say to figure that line out in that kind of setting. So go ahead and apply everything I told you in this video, guys. Make some comments below and then tell me what were your main takeaways. And thank you for watching to the end. You're a true legend.